There's also some really cool hero news just on the horizon, so hopefully people will be excited by that.
Cue dramatic music. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Stylosa, and this is Unit Lost, and I am fresh back from the Overwatch Anniversary celebrations that took place in the Take TV studios in Germany. It was absolutely beautiful. Now, during the live stream, Jeff said this: there are new hero hints on the horizon. On the horizon. On the horizon. look at the Season 5 sprays which have been added to the game with the recent update. That's Numbani. You could argue that's a horizon, couldn't you? There are new hero hints on the horizon. Now, maybe he said that, you know, in reference to this, or he hasn't. We don't know. But what we can say is this: that, ladies and gentlemen, is Numbani. And what do we know about Numbani? Well, we know this, don't we? That the airport has been a disgrace for about 2 months now, because DOOMFIST turned up, smashed the airport up, destroyed all the OR-15s, and ran away. And that's kind of all we know. Which we need to know more, don't we, ladies and gentlemen? We need to know more. We know the gauntlet has been stolen from Numbani, so it's no longer on the payload. So, in fact, all of the Numbani maps that you guys have been playing over the last, well, like I said, few months, have been pointless because, well, there's nothing in the payload. So what the hell are we delivering to the university? University? It's not the university, is it, Sty? It's the other thing. It's a museum, that's it. What are we delivering to the museum? We're delivering absolutely nothing. So we need more information. I'm very certain, ladies and gentlemen, we will be getting more DOOMFIST information. Whether that's going to be in cinematics, whether it's going to be in what, it's going to be happening very, very soon. Like Jeff said, it's on the horizon. The spray for Numbani for Season 5 is a horizon. It's the sun setting on the horizon behind the city of Numbani. And DOOMFIST, well, I think he's going to turn up, isn't he, ladies and gentlemen? It's going to be beautiful. But what about this? There are 3 new arena maps. Necropolis is one of the maps. And this one really interests me, because check this out. This is Anna's sort of secret base, right? You've got all of Anna's paraphernalia. You've got her rifle, her grenades, her sleep dart gun, everything here. You can see like the little healing darts and stuff that she's making. She's got like a production line. It all makes sense, doesn't it? Because if Anna was off the grid, she'd have to produce all of her own stuff. She's got what I believe is a very fancy tea kettle. I wish my tea kettle actually looked like that. It doesn't. Yeah, it looks... Actually, I got mine from Asda, so it's cheap and nasty, and it's crap. But the most interesting thing in here is this. These monitors, right, show sightings of Reaper. The laptop in the bottom left shows a sort of... well, I'll explain that a little bit later on. But look at the Reaper stuff for now. Reaper on the right-hand side, that is a screenshot, and you can also see the doors as well, just above him, from the Volskaya Industry cinematic, from the Sombra Infiltration cinematic. How the hell does Anna have footage of that? I think we know she was in the area because she's wanted on Volskaya based off various voice lines when you play Anna on the map. So that's very, very interesting. She's tracking the movements of Talon and specifically Reaper, so she must know it's Gabriel Reyes. This is the monitor from below. Obviously, there's another laptop here again. It's sort of like a viewfinder, and it's aimed directly at the temple there, and that is the Temple of Anubis in the background. So why is she watching that? Is something going to go on there? We believe a god program is stored there. We don't know. You can also see the Sandcrawler as well, which is the spawn vehicle for the Temple of Anubis map. But check this out. This is huge. That is Jack Morrison's stuff. So Soldier 76 and Anna are working together from this base, and they are tracking Reaper. Could this have something to do with DOOMFIST? Maybe. Because Talon are probably going to try and take the DOOMFIST, right? Well, we believe they've already taken it. DOOMFIST himself's already taken it, but how did that happen? There's so many unanswered questions, and we need these answering. So hopefully, whatever Blizzard does in the, well, whatever is on the horizon, will shed some light on the situation. Ladies and gentlemen, I will get my coat. Anyway, there is more news, not just DOOMFIST hints.
Alluded to that there are more main core maps coming. You know, we just introduced the 3 new maps to the arcade, which I think are fantastic, and I think it's going to breathe new life into Elimination. But I think the players getting their hands on some new core mode maps that will be added to quick play and competitive play will be great.
Okay, get rid of the mysterious music. Awesome. Right, let's check out what Jeff has been talking about here, because we're going to get new core maps. What the hell does that mean? Well, what it means is new standard mode maps. A core map in Overwatch is a payload map, a hybrid map, a control point map, an assault map. Those are core maps. They're not new fancy game modes. They're not arena maps like we've got here with the anniversary update. They are standard maps. But these arena maps, I just want to touch on these for a second. These might actually show a slightly different design direction from Blizzard if you look at the way these have been built. Now, obviously, these are centered around 3v3 and 1v1 engagements, so they are, as the name suggests, arenas. They all center around a central point. Awesome commentary there by me, ladies and gentlemen, because what happens on these maps with the new elimination modes, when the time actually runs out, a capture point spawns in the middle of the map, and whoever gets over to it and captures it instantly wins. As you're about to see in this clip, where I'm thinking, oh, you know what? I've probably got time to contest the point. You don't. If you're not on the point, you instantly lose, because my dastardly plan right now is, well, I've got 82% tac visor. It's soldier versus soldier. This will just last forever because we'll keep healing ourselves. So what I'll do is I'll wait for this guy to go down onto the point, and then I'll use tac visor, and then I'll kill him, and then I'll be a hero. But as it turns out, I'm not a hero. But that's a great mechanic anyway. But yes, the design of these maps is really, really nice, because they've got a lot of verticality. They've got a lot of like underpassage pathways, words, hard, mouth, move, speak, good. And they've also got loads of like little areas where you can knock people off. They're very intricate maps. They don't have any jump pads or anything. Now, Jeff actually said on a live stream they did have jump pads in some of these maps, but they decided to get rid of them because it wasn't really working out too well. And you see what I mean? Like, yeah, terrible. Great play off me. And then get ready for the chat, because I'm sure it's toxic. It's always toxic. Yeah, there you go. It's toxic chat. So yeah, these maps are great, but they could indicate a slightly different, more complex design direction when it comes to the maps, which could be a good thing. Now, core maps themselves, what do we need? I hope to God we get redesigned assault map. Well, not redesigned assault maps, but new assault maps. I think the game is absolutely gagging for assault maps. King of the Hill is okay, right? The last map was King of the Hill, Oasis. Oasis is like, yeah, it's okay. It's probably one of the nicest looking maps, but it's got a lot of other issues with the way it's kind of designed and the way it ends up going into like these crazy sort of overtime fights on specific points and all of that kind of stuff. I think most people would agree that maps like Kings Row and Hollywood are probably the best maps in the game. Payload hybrid maps like that, or hybrid assault, payload, whatever you want. Well, they're just called hybrids, where you assault the first point, get the payload, then move it. I like those maps probably the best. Like, if you watch the live stream, I was like, yeah, my favourite map is Kings Row. And it is. I really, really like Kings Row.
My favourite map is Kings Row. I'm British. Kings Row is the British map, so it makes perfect logical sense. And of course, Tracer comes from Kings Row. Cheers, love. The cavalry's here.
So yeah, more maps like that I would be happy with. But I think, well, I hope that they bring out more assault maps, because I'm really not happy with those maps. When I load into Hanamura or Volskaya, my heart sinks. I'm like, oh my god, not again. You know, like if I'm loading to Dorado, I'm like, oh, this is cool. Route 66, okay, I'm not too hot on that, but it's okay. They're playable. You get a nice flow to those games. I think what irritates me the most with assault maps is the feeling of hitting a wall. You know, you just go straight up to the wall and it's like, oh, we fail this push, we fail again, and it's annoying, right? So.
And then there's some really cool features too. When we launched the game, almost right away, people were talking about how much they like plays of the games and highlights, and they always said to us, like, I'd love to be able to save my highlights some way. And we've been listening to that, and we have really big plans for what we want to do with the highlights feature. So there should be some cool releases in that direction as well.
Awesome. So we are going to be able to save our highlights, which obviously will mean we'll be able to save play of the games when we get them, because they get saved as highlights, kind of. I mean, these things are already kind of saved. If you look at the way the system works, when you have a highlight, right, it saves it on your... It doesn't save it on your client, but it saves it kind of on your account until you log out, and then it's kind of gone, right? So it looks like they're bringing in a system where they're just going to save that permanently for your account, and that would be great, because you can go back and check all your highlights. But that's not the most interesting thing about that whole kind of highlight system that Jeff was talking about there. To me, this is the first level of integrating a proper replay system, which is what this game absolutely needs, especially when it's as complex as like Overwatch is. You look at other Blizzard games, you look at StarCraft 2. Maybe none of you guys have played StarCraft 2. Watch this sleep dart, that is pro. If some of you guys haven't played StarCraft 2, the way that works is you can generate a replay file. I think League of Legends does it, Dota 2 probably does it, loads of other games do this. It's a very small replay file that you can send to anybody, and they can throw it into their game, load it up in the game, and they can see exactly what you're doing in beautiful quality because it's rendered in engine, and they can just see absolutely everything. And you can also review your games back. Now, for somebody like me, this is awesome because you guys can ultimately send that small file to me, and I could use that for overanalyze. But yeah, this is not in Overwatch at the moment, but I think it will be because it makes perfect sense. How do you get better at Overwatch? It's a team game. It's highly complicated. Being able to watch your replays back without the need of loads of recording software is awesome. And when you're using recording software, you only get the point of view whatever you're filming, right? With a replay file, you'd be able to jump around everybody else. Maybe you'd be able to pause the game and jump back into it and just see what happens. We don't know how complicated that could end up being, but I'm fairly certain that McCree fell down a hole. I'm fairly certain. I'm sure I laugh at him as well. I'm like, I'm laughing. I'm like, did he fall down a hole? I think he. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. But this has to be the foundation for that type of replay system. So, saving highlights are coming, which is great. A new hero hints are coming in the form of possibly a cinematic or something. There are so many open-ended questions with DOOMFIST and all of that going on. But remember, these things are coming on the horizon, and the Numbani sprays kind of horizon. Obvious hint, probably. And new core maps are coming, which I hope are new assault maps. Because, well, please, I don't want to play Hanamura ever again. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Stylosa, and this is Unit Lost. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below, and I will catch you on the next one. You can follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming, and you can join a Discord, which is discord.gg/UnitLost, and I'm now off to bed to try and recover from drinking about 30 cans of Red Bull and then having a massive crash while I was in Germany. Goodbye.